Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy. As usual on this show, like the most random of the tech issues come about. But surprisingly, from one of my more tech savvy producer friends who's always on top of it, Lauren LoGrasso in the house.
Oh man, struggling today, Roxy, struggling, but we made it happen, and that's what counts.
We went through three devices, three different microphones, because the mic, then the headset, then the other headset. We ran diagnostics via speed test. I felt very proud that I even knew what that was, and all of the things. But luckily, you're not trying to be a tech genius. You're a rockin' songwriter, singer, and that is what we're here to talk about today. Yo, like a bomb dropped, Lauren, your third single. What?
Thank you, Rox. Yeah, I love this one. This one is, I think, kind of, as the kids say, low-key my favorite.
Did the kids say that? Which
yeah,
kids?
a lot of kids. I've heard them.
All the kids. That's what I keep hearing the kids
Small
say.
children.
Yeah, of course. I love this one too. I feel like all of them are partial babies to me. So I think that they're all very up there. But I've had a lot of love for this song for a long time. When was the first time I would have heard you sing this, Lauren? It must have been years ago.
It was. The first time you would have heard me sing this was probably 2015, 16. That's when it originated. And that was when you heard the first iterations. I went back and made edits about a little over a year ago and then re-recorded the song with a different production. But yeah, it's been in the ether for a minute.
Walk me through that, because you have a song, you love it, it's years ago, and then now it's 2020 and finally it's a single. What is the time period between those things? Because I legitimately have no idea what it's like to be a musician.
So actually, it's cool that you're asking that, because the podcast episode I'm going to do this week, I went back and looked through all my old voice notes and then all the original productions we did. And I'm going to do a timeline where I explain each piece by piece, how it occurred and like how it evolved into what it is now. But yeah, like the first time I had the idea was 2014. It was actually my birthday. My parents were in town. I remember I was walking into this little boutique in Burbank, and all of a sudden this like little ping came into my head. You're like a bomb waiting to explode. And I have a recording of me like singing that into my phone.
Does it sound like that? Like, was that exactly what it?
Pretty much. My voice was worse, which is like really interesting to look back and see how much my voice has evolved since then. And like, yeah, it was like the sketch of the idea though. It wasn't perfectly what it is now, but it was basically the skeleton of it.
And what were you were walking down the street, and why? Do you have any idea? Like, did you see something or say no idea?
I have no idea why at that specific time it came to me. Yeah, I mean, it was representative of something I was going through in my relationship at the time. You know, like we were kind of deciding, one of the many times we decided whether or not we would be together. Mm-hmm. And at that
point, it's a decision every day for every couple.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And so at that point we had decided yes, but I was still feeling a lot of trepidation, worrying that these things that were breaking us up were going to happen again. And so I think it was just because that had been on my mind spinning so much, and it came out in that moment for whatever reason. But that was the first time. And then
wait, but staying on that for a second though, Lauren, I've always wondered this too. Like, so you're in the relationship at that point. You guys are trying to make this decision, and you come out with this song. There's no really hiding what it's about. It's not like your partner's gonna know. Obviously, it's about what you guys are going through. What do? Do you not play it for him initially? Do you play it and just say, just so you know, this is what it's about. This is this is what I'm feeling. Like what?
Second option. I always because I mean, I have to give a lot of credit to my ex-boyfriend. Like, I would write a lot of unflattering songs about him. And for this one in particular, I remember going up to him and saying, just so you know, this is about you.
But like, is that kind of a zinger? Uh-oh. Like, just so you know, this is about you, boing? Or is it more like, oh, just so you know, before you listen to this, it is about you?
Option A, for sure. I wanted him to know he screwed up.
I feel like he did handle that. Yeah, like you're saying, pretty well.
I would not have handled it that well. I would have been like, screw you. I'm trying here. But he really took it in stride and knew he did have a lot to work on. And I think he was honored that I wrote about him, even if it was unflattering.
I'm curious Is there anybody that you've been with, anybody in your life that you've never written a song about that you feel like that says something about your relationship? Like you find inspiration and muses everywhere. Is there anybody like an ex or a family member where you're like, wow, you really just don't inspire me to write music at all? That's kind of interesting.
I think most of my exes, there's only four guys I've written a song about. And it's not like I've had all these boyfriends, but like people who had some sort of romantic inkling in my life. Many of them were not deep enough connections or moved me either way, good or bad, to write a song about. So I think that's just a confirmation that we made the right decision and we were in a good match.
If you don't want to write a song about somebody, does it mean that they're probably not your life partner?
I've never considered that, but yeah, I would probably think so, because like as an artist, I'm sure you'd feel the same way. If a life event doesn't inspire you to take some sort of action, it didn't move you. Like you want to be moved in either direction. Like, and not to say there's only two, but like directions that are either really great and positive in your life, or something that really hurts you. If something's kind of just dead, like deadpan, like you're probably not going to write about it. I have written about feeling that way before, but I think that was a symptom of depression. So I've written about feeling like dead inside. But that wasn't really feeling dead. It was feeling depressed,
which feels like feeling dead sometimes.
Yes.
As you guys know on this show, been there a lot the last couple of weeks. And as you know, Lo, also. I think that that's interesting, though, that you are able to identify now, looking back, that that's what that was, when probably at the time you wouldn't have been able to say, like, the reason I'm writing about this is because I'm feeling this way, blank. And why I think it's so beautiful that you are dropping like a bomb now is because I feel like it's probably evolved for you what it actually means over the last 5 years. Maybe that's just an assumption and maybe that's not true, but does it mean the same thing to you today that it did when you were walking down those Burbank streets, those streets of Burbank?
For those that don't know, Burbank is like the ultimate in suburbia. I mean, like there's the studios there, but it's a very mellow town within the realm of Los Angeles.
Yes.
That's why it's funny to say the mean Burbank streets, because they're very kind.
Yes. Very aggressively sweet.
Yes, I think so, Rox, because when I first wrote this song, I thought I was weak because of what was happening in my relationship and what I thought was happening to me. I look back at that now and I see a 25-year-old woman who was setting a boundary for like the first time in her life. Instead of just letting these things happen in her relationship and keeping her mouth shut and being complacent, I was saying, either you do this and you respect me and you respect the love we have, or we're over. There's no in betweens. So what do you want to choose? Now, that's not to say I always stuck by that, because when love is involved, as we all know, it's complicated. It's not like A plus B equals C. When your heart's in the mix, you're going to have your judgment impaired. But I'm really proud of myself in that moment. And I recognize what a song of power it was, because I took the initiative to stand up for myself when it would have been easy to like just shut up or give up or not say what I need or leave with no explanation. Like I took a chance for what I wanted and what I thought was possible, even though it was really hard and it was really painful.
And then for this to be the song now, though, Lo, because you have so many incredible powerhouse songs, what do you feel it in your bones and you're just like, this is the time for this single? Do you decide you need to drop another single and then you look through your repertoire and it's this one? How does, or a third option that I'm unaware of?
Well, for a really practical reason, it's one of the songs we produced. I still feel the power of the song now. I feel the words. Whenever I sing it, I'm right back where I was when I did it. Like that's the interesting thing about being an actor, like a songwriter who's also an actor, is that it's almost like I'm stepping right back into like the character of me from 5-6 years ago. But
that's interesting.
From like a less practical standpoint of like, you know, this is one of the songs I had and one of the songs that I always planned to put out. I do think there's kind of like a deeper spiritual thing right now going on because of the incredible social justice movement we have going on in our country. There's a beautiful video that Trevor Noah put out talking about how the social contract has been broken between Black people in America and our society. And I think ultimately this song is about a relationship where the trust has been broken, and setting a boundary that's like, either you respect me and you love me or you don't. Like there's no in betweens. And so I do think that in that way, the timing was kind of divine, and I see like a higher purpose for it. And it's a good reminder to me too, to continue to set boundaries and stick up for myself, even when it's really difficult.
Do you find that you're somebody who really does challenge putting up boundaries? Because looking on the outside, I don't think that about you at all.
It's really hard for me. I really struggle with it. I'm getting better at it every day. That's one of the original reasons I went into therapy, though, was because I felt like I didn't have a voice in my own life because I was trying so hard to please other people. Ultimately, I really want people to feel good. It's really important for me to be a person who makes other people feel good and see like the full essence of who they are. It's one of my passions and purposes in life. But the hard thing for me is I think I oftentimes will see somebody's like higher self, and that doesn't mean that's what they're presenting in real time. You know, like I see like the potential in a person and the goodness of them and who they could be, but that doesn't mean that's what I'm getting.
Don't we have that same fucking quality?
Yeah.
Where, so where, maybe same place for both of us, maybe different places. Where's that coming from?
I don't know. I just always have loved people. I've always loved people. And I think that that's one of my innate abilities. Like, I don't necessarily know that like that's something that my mom has or my dad has. Ever since I was little, even I got hit by a car in 4th grade. I don't know if you know that. Like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she hit me. I was on my bike. She hit me. She left. She like hit me and left me on the side of the road.
Wait, your neighbor hit and run?
Yeah. I mean, she like said like, hey, I have to go to a dentist appointment, and then took off. So like she left me there on the side of the road as a 9-year-old.
In 4th grade?
Yeah. And my mom was so upset. My mom and dad were so upset. You know,
yeah, no shit.
She was shouting expletives and, you know, whatever. And they really.
Oh, your mom saw the situation happen?
She saw it happen. Yeah. And, well, she wasn't shouting expletives at the time, like down the road, like when we would talk about it. And I was like, even as like a 9-year-old, I was like, Mommy, we need to forgive her. Like, we don't know what's going on in her life. Like, there could be another so it's like I'm not as much like that now. I've you know gotten in touch a bit with my anger and like with responding to like impetus that should anger a human being, but I don't know. I think it's innate in me. How about for you?
I think if I had a better grip on that, I'd be a happier person. Like on figuring out why I do that. I believe what it comes down to for me is the fact that I am positive that people are capable of change. And the only way you can be positive that people are capable of change is if you, in fact, are somebody who has changed, because then you know it's possible because you've done it. So nobody can tell you otherwise. Right. And I've talked about it on this show, and Lauren, I talked about it on your show as well. And in general, I've done things in my past that I'm super duper not fucking proud of, and was very angry about a lot of things, and maybe rightfully so, maybe not rightfully so, however the chips fall there. But like, I was using a ton of drugs and was very down and out and was acting. I don't know. I think I've told this story before, but like punched my best friend in the face at a bar because she was reminding me to find my coat before we left. And I was on like pills and shit and was just like, fuck you. I don't need my fucking coat, you fucking bitch. Like, what? You know, like that's not who I am. So I know people can change because I would never do that now because not who I am. And so when you're somebody who has changed, you know change is possible. So when you see other people who aren't changing, you still believe they can. But just because some people can change definitely does not mean that everybody will change.
And I think the bigger thing too is that you're not responsible for their change. Like, we cannot, not only are you not responsible, you can't make it happen. That was the biggest thing in my past relationship, was like, I realized I was loving him contingent on this change that I needed him to make. And that wasn't, first of all, my call. But second of all, I can't do that. Like, I can't like hold his hand and spoon feed him these things. He has to want that for himself. And so it's one of the most painful things to realize in life when you know that change can happen. You've seen it happen in yourself or others, and you know what this person is capable of. But it's a hard thing to kind of give up that feeling that you can control it.
Yeah, I'm still angry about this woman that left you as a 9-year-old.
I gotta read you. I found a letter my mom wrote her that she never sent, and it starts out so nice and so civil, and then in the middle she's like, I'm allowed to swear on here, right? Yeah. And then in the middle she goes, my only thought could be that you're actually a psycho bitch. It's like she started out like a lawyer, and then she just gave it up. My only thought could be
you're actual a psycho bitch. How can we have any thoughts other than that? Like, you're actually a psycho bitch. Yeah. My famous parent letter is my dad wrote a letter to, my dad is incredibly pro cannabis. Like, and at the time my mom was very, very ill, and she was really struggling eating, and she had lost she was down to 89 pounds. And one of the only ways she was able to eat was by smoking cannabis. And there was this big protest in the middle of our city square that was anti-medicinal marijuana. And to the president of the Anti-Medicinal Marijuana Corporation, again, this was like 10 years ago, my dad writes a very, very similar corporate letter. And then the last line is, so you can go fuck yourself, Mike. And we always talked about that because it was it's very well researched, and this is what it does for people's health. And this is how it's helping in this situation. And maybe you should research this so you can go fuck yourself, Mike.
I love him.
Sometimes you can't not say, you can get through most of something, but you can't not say what you're really fucking thinking, which is you might be a psycho bitch.
That's the only thing I can think, know, if I'm putting together all of the data, maybe a psycho bitch.
Yeah, possible. Yeah. Okay.
P.S.
So
my thing is getting very dangerously low. I'm wondering if we should switch to my iPad.
Oh yeah. More things for you guys. So one of the things we had to do was go up on Lowe's phone, but it's at 20-something%, but you can't plug it in because we had to use these headphones instead of the wireless ones because those mics weren't working. So you can try to switch to your iPad.
It's saying I have to update my device. That's not going to work. I'm just going to have the computer on hold. We could also unplug the headset, plug it into the charger.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's get a pull from the fans.
We need a pull from the people. But I want you guys to be able to hear Like a Bomb. I think the best way to hear it, obviously, is going to the YouTube link that I put in here already. But let me throw it back in the chat right now to make it super easy, because I know when somebody tells me to click on an extra thing and it's not right in front of me, I don't fucking do it. So no excuses. Play like a champion. The YouTube link is in here. But we did want to do a little preview for you guys, which are we able to do low based on our bootleg hold up something situation?
Yeah, I mean, it's for now.
Yeah,
until
all right,
this dies.
We'll give it a shot. You might as well. Well, it could explode like a bomb, or
it could. Always possible.
It could possibly work out. I also could try to play from here if that helps.
Let's see. I think YouTube. I can just get it on YouTube. Good old YouTube.
Good old YouTube. Oh, by the way, guys, we need to get more views on this video. But when we started the stream, we had 38. Now we're at 55. Definitely, we need to get her over 100 by the end this is done. So make sure you go and click on the actual link. Lo, you got it?
I got it.
All right. This is Like a Bomb.
Here we go. Wait, I got to put it up here. Sorry. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
You're like a bomb waiting to explode. I gotta run before you hit the road beneath my feet and roll over me. You're a grenade, pain is coming loose. I gotta stand and finally face the truth that you're a beast and you're here to face me. Oh, don't blow.
That's 30 seconds.
Oh. We need more, guys. So go click on the video. Let us know your thoughts. And also, additionally to English is my language. Additionally to watching it, comment on the video. I've told you guys so many times. Algorithm. See, it wanted to play more for us.
Yeah, I was like, hey, wait, time.
We're not done. I'm writing right now, so you guys have no excuse. If I can host a show while writing a comment, then you guys can do the same thing. make sure you comment. It really helps with more people find it and the algorithms. Comment on this video also, but more importantly, comment on Lauren's video right now. And if you do give a comment right now, then I will give you a shout out on this show. So again, go click on the link, write a comment on the video, and I will shout you out here live at the Roxy. Laura, are we nervous about your phone dying still?
We are. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good fear to have at this current juncture.
What's our percentage?
I don't know if I can check it without leaving this, but it told me 10%, like,
Also under 10 ago. For sure, under 10%.
Yeah,
all right. Well, if you leave us for a little bit, then I'll talk about things that you don't care about. But also, I know that Lo does have a heart out today. So let's get to some questions for Lauren for now. And then if she has to leave us, she has to leave us. But you guys had questions in the Patreon. Maddie B said, what is DJ Khaled like? Do you have any good stories?
He was so nice. He was nice. Like before the interview, he asked me, because for those that don't know, I did interview DJ Khaled for AfterBuzz TV, and he was really kind. He asked me where I was from. He asked me how I liked LA, how long I'd been there.
That interview blew up.
It did. I feel like that's like, my one viral thing so far. It got, I think, like around 300,000 views or something like that. But yeah, he was really great, and he answered some tough questions. He said, "Not, I mean a lot." He tried to kind of like dodge questions by like giving an overly positive answer, but he always answered everything. He never said like no comment. And I didn't ask him easy things. I asked him like, what's his advice for his Muslim brothers and sisters in the era of Trump? And he answered it. So
I love that you asked him that. That's great.
Yeah, and he was great, and he was super gracious. He gave me like 4 minutes more than I was supposed to get. So I loved him, and I appreciated the interview.
I'm happy to hear that. So far, by the way, thank you to Jason, Fast Horse, Simply Emily, Paul Denuzio, Mark, Jason Ali, Morse Code Z, and Weston Ira, all for commenting on Lauren's video. Really appreciate that. Currently at 77 views. Let's keep it going, homies. Are you laughing at me, Lo? I'd be laughing at you too. More questions. I love you. Chris Martinez said, hey, Lauren and Roxy, hope you're both having a great day. It's always nice to have a fellow musician on Live at the Roxy. My question is, how do you go about promoting your music in a way that doesn't come off as annoying or too self-important? Thanks.
I think that's really hard with promoting anything, because obviously you're like, me. But you can't make it like that. So I try to focus on the messages. What's the message of the song? How does it relate to somebody else? I think the best thing I've learned from my producing role is that you always have to make it about the listener and the viewer. And really, that's why you're doing it anyway, right? Because without people to listen to our music, we'd be musicians, but we'd be playing to ourselves. Mm-hmm. So I try to make it about how it could relate to you. I pull out a lyric and talk about that. I talk about a fun thing that happened between me and a viewer at a concert or now a live stream. So I think making it consumer focused makes it much more, first of all, authentic. And second of all, it makes it more interesting to people. It's not just about the product.
People want to find your music. So you just, like, when you're talking about how it relates, they want to find it. So I think that's great advice, Lo. Thanks, Chris, for that question. Glenn Caesar says, great to have you back here live at the Roxy, Lauren. Thanks for joining Roxy and virtually hanging out with us today. And now for my question, which I can't remember if I've asked you on the show, LOL, but do you have a musical instrument that you used to play as a kid or an adult, but don't anymore? Or maybe a musical instrument that you wanted to learn how to play but never did?
So, yes. I mean, in the past, that would have been piano, but recently I've been getting back to it. Because I've been doing piano in my Instagram lives, and chords are super easy to play. I'm not like Billy Joel by any means, but I can plunk on the piano. And I've actually written a lot of songs on the piano. A single I have coming up is called Therapy. But as far
as dropping another single?
I have a bunch of, I have 2 more singles. And then what I think I'm going to do, I kind of decided this today, is I'm going to drop the full EP and then put 1 or 2 bonus songs on there as well.
Love that. When are you thinking? You don't know.
Probably end of summer. Well, I'm going to put out Freak Show, which is my next single.
I love
probably
that song.
End of summer. And then I'm thinking EP fall, winter.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Lauren.
Thanks.
A woman with a plan is a dangerous thing.
Yeah, that's right. But as far as instruments I don't play anymore, I tried 3 different instruments in 5th grade. And I tried flute, but then I quit that because it was too hard. Like I kept like almost passing out because I was blowing too hard on the flute.
I tried the flute too. It did not work for me.
Yeah, it's
I got
not for
kicked out
girls
of
like
class.
us.
No, it was very
Then I
challenging.
did clarinet, which was fun, but I didn't like it that much. And then I saw the trombone, and I love that one. I was actually the only girl who played trombone, but it was so great because you could really get your aggression out. And there's just 5 positions. I never read music at that point, though. I just played by ear. But I think it would have been really cool to keep playing the trombone. So if I ever get to come upon one again, maybe I'll pick it up.
I don't know if somebody randomly like stumbles upon a trombone. Like if I ever come upon one,
maybe I will. And
I mean, if you do, then you have
to. It would be meant to be.
Yeah, for sure. Like there's one in the street. It's like, well, all right.
All right.
What? Seriously, especially during Corona, you're not picking up a street trombone.
Yeah.
Weston Ira, whose questions are always amazing but challenging to decipher. We'll get through this. He says hashtag LaRox, which is our ship name, Lauren and Roxy. Aww. Once a day will keep the bad vibes away. As you get closer and closer to lighting up a Super Bowl, we're glad to have you back in the party, Lauren. Having listened to and downloaded all 3 songs that debuted on the same day, I believe. No, I don't think they debuted on the same day, but maybe you listened on the same day, Weston. My ranking goes Like a Bomb, How You Like That, Daisies because of personal. Oh, did they all debut on the same day?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Daisies because of how personal Like a Bomb is over the other 2. To me, my question is, what are 3 of LaRox's favorite driving or riding songs? Okay, deciphering all of that.
I love Weston, by the way. Weston has been very vocal on my Instagram and lives.
Weston's awesome. Awesome.
So just awesome. I don't know what the Daisies thing means.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know.
I have no idea. But all right, favorite driving, riding songs. What do you like to drive to?
I love driving to Celine Dion. I love driving to
you and me
It's All
both.
Coming Back to Me Now. I used to listen to that on the way up to Michigan State and sing my heart out to the whole song. And then I had her like greatest hits. Like that whole album was amazing.
She's a goddess.
She really is.
Like
and
straight
her
up.
Music is so emotional. It's the most fun to sing.
In that tone, I also love driving to Cher. I love Cher. Oh, just like let it go. If only I could sing like that, I'd be in a different career path. All right. Also coming in here. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to address this. Sorry, I saw this earlier. Chris Burke. Hey Roxy, it's Avery. Just wanted to tell you that my dad has caught the coronavirus again. So he's in quarantine again. Send prayers, lots of love. I love you lots. Avery and Chris are a father-daughter duo on the show. Avery's 12 years old. We're obsessed with her. She's amazing. And she just, by the way, booked another commercial. So she's been crushing it.
Hey, Avery.
But I can't believe that. I know that your dad was caught the virus earlier. I thought that like only 3 people on the planet had caught it twice at this point. That's so fucking frustrating. And sorry to swear in the middle of my sentence to you, Avery, but I can't help it. I'm so sorry. I'm sure he'll be fine. If you just stay the course, keep your distance. I know he's doing everything he can to get healthy so that he can be the best dad possible to you. And that means that you have good karma coming to you, because nobody gets coronavirus twice without the universe having good plans for them in the future. I think, at least I hope. Or I really believe that. Also, other questions coming in from the super chat. Alexander Wilson, why do I get Tina Turner's What's Love Got to Do with the Vibe from Like a Bomb? Massive compliment. Also, what are your top 5 favorite artists of all time? What's love got to do? 5 favorite artists of all time. Lo, do you know yours? I think you gave us a couple.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do a top 5. Billy Joel is always like number 1 because he's one of the first people that inspired me to like dissect and love music on a way deeper level. I love Ani DeFranco. I love Sarah Bareilles. I'm just going to say this one. It just came to my mind. I don't know that it's top 5, but the Avett Brothers, I've been getting back into their
I don't know who that is.
They're amazing. Oh, you got to listen to them, Rox.
Have I maybe, and I don't know it?
Maybe. I think they're more on the indie side. A lot of people know who they are, but they're really great and really deep lyrics. And I love Fiona Apple.
I love that you just said whatever came to your mind just now, and I need to follow them. Avett Brothers? Avery Brothers?
The
Avett?
Avett Brothers.
Avett, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe
Listen
they are
to
your top
I
5.
and Love and You.
Is that one song or 3?
One song. It's called I and Love and You.
Okay. I was like, huh. Also, Glenn Caesar chiming in saying, it's funny, I wanted to play flute as a kid too, but ended up with the clarinet too. Stupid asthma. Man, we all got our ailments. They keep us from doing some of our dreams sometimes. I wanted to play guitar. My dad told me my hands were too small. Now I really want to learn, Lo.
I think you should.
I don't know how. I might need your help.
I can teach you. Let's do virtual sessions. And
could you actually?
Yeah.
You think so?
I taught children, and not to say you're a child, but like I know how to teach beginners.
Yeah, well, I am a child. Like I know nothing.
Yeah, I could teach you.
But I'd have to
do it by learning. Yeah, you have to buy a guitar.
Yeah.
Is that the question?
No, it's just like, you don't want to like make the purchase until you know you're going to do something.
Well, you could borrow mine.
But you are not in the state.
I could ship you my keys.
Where is your guitar? It's with you.
I have an extra one in my apartment, I'm pretty sure. We'll talk about it off air, but
I'm interested about the pretty sure part. Like you think you might have more than one guitar, but not positive.
I know I have a 12 string. I think I might have a 6 string as well. You don't want to learn on a 12 string.
What the fuck is a 12 string?
It's beautiful.
It's the same thing, but it has 12 strings.
So there's 4 strings that are octaves. So like it's the high E and low E and so on. Like the first 4 strings are octaves. And then the last 2 is just like a double of the same like note on the strings. And they just sound so beautiful. They give like a richer, deeper sound.
Oh my God, I literally it's so over my head. I know nothing. We had some other stuff we wanted to talk about on the show today, guys, because there's news going on in the world. This is good news. So on this show, we do fuck yeah news and we do fuck no news. This is fuck yeah news. The Supreme Court strike down the Louisiana law regulating abortion clinics. I feel like this is a very, it's great that it's Pride Month and we keep getting these little victories. B, I feel like we need good news about being pro-choice because we've gotten a lot of bad news. So on this show right now, the only fuck yeah news ever seems to be about LGBTQ stuff or about being pro-choice, which is, I love both those things. So fuck yeah to anything that's happened. And the Supreme Court having both those things happen this month is like, woohoo, victory. Basically what it just kind of meant was that you couldn't put regulations in Louisiana, but it's greater than just Louisiana because this is something that has to be adopted everywhere about who is able to, how they're able to, location wise, and all different very specific regulations that took place. Lo, I think we're on the same team on this one, but fuck yeah news.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we're into it. Wanted to share that because also I've learned my Twitter tells me only things that they think I want to hear. And then other people aren't hearing that. So while the government is messing up left and right, way to go Supreme Court and way to strike this down. Pretty excited about it. BET Awards. Lo, do you watch these? Because I don't tend to, but I did see some clips.
I didn't watch. I read about some of the big highlight moments that happened.
There were some cool things that did go down. There was a Kobe Bryant tribute, which I think a lot of award shows have been doing, and rightfully so, but especially the BET Awards, that makes sense. Also, Michelle Obama introduced the Humanitarian Award to Beyonce. And I thought something interesting about this, kind of similar to what you were talking about, Lauren, with timing of music. So we also talked about how Beyonce's dropping Black is King, which is her visual album, but she said that's been something she's been working on for over a year. So it's just kind of random that now this is what's happening now. And it just seems like way more relevant and prevalent. Is that the word?
Yeah, I think so. And I think it's her listening to like the collective consciousness, because that's a theory that a lot of people who talk about creativity have, is that like the collective consciousness will like basically like whisper what we're supposed to work on. And it's up to us whether or not we want to like take on the project. I think that's true when it comes to moments in time too. Like
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, that's why like you'll see something that happened. Like let's say someone has an invention and you thought of it months ago, but like for whatever reason you weren't the vessel to make that invention come to light. Like the creative gods like whisper into your ears, and it's your choice whether or not you're going to use it.
That's happened to me so many times.
Mm-hmm. That means you're tuned in.
But it also means that I'm an idiot.
Well, then next time you hear a great idea, just do it.
I don't know that I know how to. Like, I don't know that when I have ideas about inventions that I know how to like, or have the desire to be somebody who like patents something or goes through the process of making it. I mean, it just feels so, and maybe I should because money, but like, I don't know.
But everything takes time, and it's whether or not you want to put your focus there. I mean, if it was something that you saw happen and, oh, I screwed up, I regret this deeply, that would be another thing. But if you see it and you're like, oh well. Am I pausing for you?
Yeah, we must be on very low percentage because we hear you, but you are frozen again. But at least we hear you. You've frozen in a way in which
no.
La, la. I think you might have to change devices.
Switch.
We'll see.
To my computer, I can hear you sound. I'm gonna switch.
I think you asked if you should switch. I think maybe yes. While you were doing that, Chris Burke. So Avery just said, just got off the phone with my dad. It was a false positive. His other one was negative, but he's going to go into quarantine just in case. Oh, interesting. I hear that a lot of people are getting false positives. So that's very good news that he does not have corona anymore and that it is actually negative. Let's remove Lo from the stream. Let's pull her back up over here. We got you back. Do you hear me? When she doesn't respond, it feels like maybe she doesn't hear me.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh my gosh. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Wow.
How'd we do it?
What a day.
What a day. Well, welcome back. What you might have missed was good news, which is that Avery's dad, Chris Burke, actually just got another test saying that he was negative and that was a false positive. So it seems like he's just sick but doesn't have COVID again, which is great.
God.
Yeah, that's a very good thing. Another thing that I wanted to get your opinion on, Lo, as a musical genius that you are, the trailer for Respect, which is the Aretha Franklin biopic, came out. And did you get a chance to check it out?
I did.
What'd you think?
I mean, I got chills because I love Aretha Franklin, and I'm really glad that Jennifer Hudson is playing her. I think it's a perfect casting. I'm excited. I just thought I was excited.
Yeah, me too. I feel like it is a great casting. There was also a ton of other like Forrest Whitaker and Mark Maron, like big names in there. But just in general, I watched that and I was like, what a powerhouse this woman is. Like how you dream of it. You dream of being Aretha Franklin and like accomplishing what she's accomplished. And I can't wait to watch this movie. I think, of course, there will be some upsetting things about it as well. But I think in general, it's going to be one of those movies that you walk away with a big like warmth in your heart because what a beautiful and amazing soul. So I'm pretty excited about it. What did you think about some of we didn't get to hear much, but of the vocals, you think that Jennifer Hudson's a good vocal choice for Aretha Franklin?
I do. I mean, no one can ever sing like Aretha Franklin forever for the rest of the time. She's got one of those once in a lifetime voices, but Jennifer Hudson has power to her voice. That is indisputable. And so I was really happy that they chose somebody who had that force to them, because to me, that's the biggest thing about Aretha. Of course, she had an incredible range, but when you heard her sing, you couldn't help but stand still. So as far as like vocalists that we know that are in the ether, I think that Jennifer Hudson was a brilliant choice. And I'm excited to see, hopefully it's pretty true to form, but like some of the background about her and how she came to be. And I mean, just that song, Respect, when you sent that to me, I did a little research on it and I've heard other people talk about it before. And that in and of itself was such a powerful moment, because at that point, like, I mean, we're still not, but women were not getting paid well. Black people were not getting paid well. And the fact that that song is like saying like, hey, you better pay up or else.
Yeah.
It's like, it's such a powerful thing. So I don't know.
Again, with what did you call it before? Collective
consciousness.
Collective consciousness. I feel like no better time than now for this.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
When we were watching the trailer, there were a couple of things that she said. I'm like, wow, that's dead on to what society needs right now.
Speaking of music, guys, don't forget to check out Like a Bomb. Again, please go over to her YouTube. I believe it's just Lauren LoGrasso's your YouTube page, but I put the link again in the chat just now. So many more comments going on from you guys. Shout out to Andrew Thomas, Kate Van D, William Lee Pratt, Sahil Makanjani, Sally Mercedes, Rob K, Mason Allen, all of you guys for throwing up love on here. Glenn Caesar, so many people. Just, I'm so happy to see all of these comments coming through right now. Keep supporting Lo, and let her know how much you love her music like I do. I do still feel like Lauren's #1 fan. I do tune into your IG lives, but I miss seeing you actually live in Los Angeles. When do you think's the next time you're going to be able to be live in LA?
I don't know. I mean, I just read an article today about how it's really not safe to sing in public. Singing is one of the things that spreads the virus the most because you're using so much breath and spit. So
wow, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, actually, and there was like some choir, I don't know what country it was in, but there was a choir where it was like a super spreader event because it was a choir.
Crap.
So I think 2021 earliest.
When do you think you're coming back to LA? Any idea? August.
Yeah.
Has it been nice to go back home?
Overall, yeah. It's definitely got its challenges living in your childhood home. But
I'd imagine.
Yeah. But you know what, with that said, it's like, you know, there's so many like little like traumas that a family has that they kind of push down because you have to move on with your life and you want to get through the day, or maybe you live apart and you don't really have time to like focus on those smaller things that maybe aren't making your relationship as close as it could. And so the thing that I'm beyond just like getting to spend time with my mom and dad, which has been the biggest blessing. Like obviously this time has been incredibly painful as a society, but the silver lining for me has been getting to be with my parents. But beyond just like getting to spend time together, we've also been getting to the bottom of deep-seated familial issues and issues that like go up the bloodline for generations. And we're all like, as a collective unit and as individuals, starting to work through those things that have been holding our family back.
And do you feel like this will cause lasting change?
Yes.
Wow. I think that's like one of the things that I've been trying to find are the positives of COVID or of Corona. And I think that if that is true for not just you, but other families, what a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's a huge blessing because it also takes away barriers to closeness between you. It humanizes all of us because we're all saying like, we all have this in us, you know. Mm-hmm. This is like a long-standing familial issue and we need to uproot it and plant something new there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can only imagine. I definitely have some deep-rooted issues in my family. If we had this time together, I think that it could go one of two ways.
Yeah.
You know, like
it goes both ways.
Yeah, it would go for sure both ways, but I'm glad you're getting that time. And I adore your parents. So I'm really glad that you are able to be with them. Lamont Small says, what a sigh of relief. That was in regards to Chris Burke not having COVID for a second time. So of course I agree. Some things coming in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. No Concept says, hello, 2-part music question. Number 1, what was your first concert you attended? So we can start there. Do you remember?
Yeah, it was Hanson.
Bop. You know the song Penny and Me?
No.
Yo, that is Hanson's best banger. And everybody stops at Bop, Penny and Me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, you got to watch it. Listen to it. Mine was a Rafi concert when I was a little one, and I pulled out my brother's uvula, and we had to go to the hospital.
Well, you know, I have heard that can hold people back in life. I'm not even kidding. It's called like a tongue tie. So maybe you actually helped him.
Yeah, we were there. I was like 2, and I reached in and I ripped it. And so it ruined the Rafi concert for sure. I think he was able to get something stitched or something, but whatever. I fucked some shit up for sure. A lot of blood, I hear. Thank you for that question. The second question is, what's your favorite concert memory? Not that. My first was the Morning View tour with Incubus at the Forum in LA. Oh, the Forum's awesome, and Incubus I love. And my favorite is probably Kid Cudi's set at Complex Con last year. Great ones, no concept. So Lo, what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite concert memory?
Yeah, definitely. It was seeing Billy Joel in Madison Square Garden in the front row. And this was like a 16th birthday present from my parents, which was super kind and generous. And he took the microphone and like put it in my face.
What?
Doing that to random people in the front row. And I actually like had a moment of eye contact with him. It was the most incredible.
Did you sing?
Yeah, I did. I thought he was trying to like connect with me. I'm sure it was just part of the act, but
he was trying to connect.
Yeah, he was. He was like,
I know he was.
Someday.
My favorite concert experience. Well, maybe I have seen a lot. Just a humble brag. My dad was in the music industry, so growing up, like concerts was the thing that we did. And if any birthday, that was the present I got. Any Hanukkah, the present I got was concert tickets. It was all about concerts. And so I've been to a lot. And I love concerts, but probably one of the most meaningful was with Ben, my ex-boyfriend, and we went to a concert to see the National, but we were in Gavin O'Connor, who is the director of Warrior, which is one of my favorite movies, and The Accountant, and a lot of the Ben Affleck movies. He threw a backyard concert for the National, which was one of my favorite bands, and it was this benefit, and we got to go for free because we couldn't pay. I mean, the plates were like $50,000 a pop or whatever for a charity, but we got to go, and it was like, I mean, we were this close. It was so crazy. That or the Foo Fighters opening for Obama, also in a backyard, I got to see. So these backyard concerts with these major like bands that I'm obsessed with, I've been very lucky to have those two. And those would be two of my favorites for sure. Going to another question in here, something that I'm glad that you're asking about because I want to talk about briefly. Matthew Gold said the Patriots officially signed Cam. Do you think he will work well under Belichick's system? So, Lo, you're not a big football person. So this might not be super important to you, but the Patriots were in definite need of a quarterback because if you didn't know, we traded Tom Brady.
Yeah, I still can't believe that happened.
We didn't trade. Well, Tom Brady left. That's what happened. Whatever. Tom Brady left. And that sucks. And I'm devastated about it, but it happens. And we needed a quarterback. And people had talked about in the draft or what we were going to do. Now we're getting Cam Newton, who could be, if he can remain healthy, he could be really huge for the Patriots. This could be awesome. And I do think that Belichick could do a lot, our coach, with him. But at the same time, I'm concerned. It's very hard to come into a system where Brady has been there for 2 decades and now be a new quarterback who's a well-established quarterback. You know, you're not like this rookie coming into a team. You are somebody who's established. You got your own things going on. And now to be in a system that's had the same quarterback for 2 decades and to try to come into that when the Patriots have all this heat on them, it could be very challenging. But if he can stay healthy, I think that we will do great things with him. And I think it was a really good signing. So thank you, Matthew, for asking that. Glenn Caesar in here. Hello, Roxy and Lauren. Much love and thanks for both of you giving us a great show today. 2 thumbs up. Y'all are crushing. You all are the best. I hope that you both, as well as the Rockstars band, have the best rest of your Monday that you possibly can.
So
there's no question, just being sweet.
Thank you, Glenn.
I adore you. He's the freaking best. Weston Ira says, while our unusually orange so-called president promotes white supremacy on Twitter, and things between India and China continue to simmer, we all need more good news. Lauren's been crushing on IG live shows. Will the World Girls give live music a whirl? Oh my God, if we do, Lauren would be an amazing person to try to help us. But Dorina she plays the ukulele and she sings a little bit, but that would be really fun. So maybe we definitely are putting more energy into the World Girls. It's hard when we can't see each other fully, but like we are trying. Lo, what is your IG live schedule? What's like, are you every week right now?
I've been trying to go up on Sundays at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. This past week, the internet went out like right as I started. So that didn't work for me. But
frick.
Yeah, I've been working to keep up that weekly schedule. I think, and I did Friday, and it seemed like a lot more people were able to tune in. I did Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and it seemed like more people were available at that time. So that's kind of nice because we can't really go out much. I mean, you can maybe like go hang in a friend's backyard, but it's something to do on Friday night that makes you feel a little bit normal. And some of your people, Manny and Weston, have been there. They're so wonderful. And
well, I want more names to be on that list, guys. You guys are the most supportive bunch. My favorite thing is after my guests come on live at the Roxy, I always hear how incredible you guys are with going to follow people, find their music, find their artwork, their movies, whatever they are coming on here to talk about. So please, not only is Lauren a guest on my show, but she's one of my closest friends. So, and she's an incredible artist. Otherwise I wouldn't have her on here twice, probably not even once, just being honest. So please show your support. Somebody who has shown their support, Mason Allen in here, who says, hi, Roxy and Lauren. Lauren's new song is awesome. Looking forward to looking for your other music, Lauren. Unrelated, but I just found out I live 15 minutes away from some of sets of The Princess Bride in Sheffield, England. Definitely going to explore. Love that.
Love that for you.
Have fun exploring. Think that will be a great journey. Take pics. Let us know. Did you hear, Lauren, that they're doing this Princess Bride? It's actually tonight. Have you heard about this at all?
Is it the thing that Angela from The Office posted?
Is she in it? Quibi is doing they made an at-home Princess Bride.
Yeah, I saw that.
Keegan-Michael Key and there's a ton
in it. Yeah.
So random. So I feel like if there's ever time to explore, try to do it. Well, actually take your time. COVID. Stay home. Explore when you're not doing that.
With a mask, social distance outside for the most part.
Yeah, they are saying that being outside and with a mask on, really, really is preventative in many, many cases. So, do you have any cool masks?
Oh, I have so many cool masks. I wish I had one. I don't think I have one in here, but my friend Maria is actually selling them. I should send you one of them. Do you need a cool mask?
I just ordered a couple. They haven't come yet. I think they're a week away. But I don't know that they're going to be cool.
Do you like metallic colored things? Okay.
So fucking much.
I'm going to send you one. They're so cool. And I love wearing them. I mean, I'm super paranoid. So when I go out, I double mask. I wear a mask and then the cool mask over it. So
love that.
Yeah.
Wait, I need a metallic. What I just ordered were silk masks, but they've got 4 layers of filters.
Oh,
so I was like, "Ooh, this is cool." But who knows if they look any good? And other than that, I feel like my masks have been really gross and regular, and I feel like I'm not regular and not gross.
It just makes you feel so much cooler when you're wearing a mask that reflects your personality.
I know.
Yeah. Know too, I think the hardest thing about this is not being able to see how people are reacting.
Are you smiling? Did what I just say land at all? Are you upset? I can't tell your eyes.
Mask, they know that you're kind of an open, fun, welcoming person.
Mm-hmm.
And then I try to really work hard to use my eyes to signal how
I do too, but I feel like I'm trying a little too hard, so I end up looking which is what are you trying to get at?
And then I'm nodding my head a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't go very well. Lauren, I know we have to get you out of here, but can you tell everybody all the places that they can find you, everything that they can support, all the things they can do? I know we've gone over a little bit, but again, please go listen to Lauren's song, not just her song, her songs. Follow her YouTube channel because that's where you drop all your new music so far, right?
I drop it on YouTube. It's on SoundCloud. It's on all of the music streaming platforms. You can basically find whatever music streaming platform you use at FF. Well, basically just go to the music streaming platform and type in Lauren LoGrasso. The songs will come up. It's also on my YouTube or SoundCloud if you prefer an option that isn't one of those, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. I have a podcast that comes out every week. This week I'm doing the one where I really go through how the song was written, each piece by piece, playing the part, where I wrote it and then how it evolved over time. So that comes out on Wednesdays. It's called Unleash Your Inner Creative, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts. And follow me on all the social platforms at Lauren LoGrasso.
Lauren, I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. You are one of the people who I feel like in quarantine is really using your art and your power. And I am so so happy to see you continue to release singles. I believe in you with my whole heart, and you know that. I'm a massive fan, and I appreciate you coming on the show today. Guys, please go follow her and support her. I know that you will. A little bit of housekeeping before we leave. Tomorrow on the show, actually, mutual friend of Lauren and I's, Dariel Kristen's coming on the show, which I'm very excited about. He has never been on before, so we got a lot to talk about. He's the president of Black Hollywood Live, and he also is on a show on CBS and is just kind of a badass. So we'll be talking to him. And on Thursday, my fellow co-host of Screen Junkies, SJU, Ed Greer, will be on. He's also never been on the show before. So we got some new people. We got some new blood. Was that a good song? Can we?
I love it.
It's going. Yeah. Round of applause at home for Lauren LoGrasso, and for all of you guys. Love you, Lo.
Before we go out, you are just the greatest friend in the world, and I can't be so supportive to me. I know it's been a hard time, but you still showed up for me, and I'm here for you, and I know everybody in the chat is here for you, and we love you so much. So thank you for all you do to put content out to make the world a better place. And
thank you, honey. I love you. I love the rock stars. I will be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. live at the Roxy. Until then, keep fighting, stay safe, do whatever you do to gotta make it to tomorrow. That's definitely what I'm doing right now, and I'll see you very soon.